afford to let this go waste. That day when he went to his usual round, he told the people, I have developed one more quality. Today I'm having two qualities of sweets. One is a usual one and one is a special one. I've experimented with the sweet. And under that pretext, he showed them the burnt one. And people bought a little to just experiment. When he went the next day, they saying, oh, that other one was special, but it was not good. Yes, I didn't get an opinion. And I have decided to discontinue. This is a true story. And when I heard it, people actually thought he was a very clever man. But I personally thought he was not clever. But there's one other C. And that was he was a very conscious of his brand. So the first thing, the building block that begins your brand is to become conscious of what people's opinion about your product, service, or behavior is. He could have easily sold that, but it could have damaged his brand. People will say, what has happened to his quality? But he thought of killing two birds with one stone. He knew he couldn't afford to destroy it. At the same time, he was extremely conscious of his brand. And your first block of building a brand begins with your consciousness. If you are not conscious, you're saying, kya farak padta hai? And if you're conscious, you take every interaction as a dot that people will join. You buy one, Prashant, are you fond of street food, bhel puri, pani puri, something and all that?
Yes.
So when you have that one bhel, do you know that guy may be making maybe 500, maybe 1,000 bhels in a day? But your opinion of that bhel wala is only on that one bhel. And your opinion is dependent upon that interaction they have with you.
Yeah.
So consciousness is the first and foremost building block. I went to buy some peaches and I bought them because they look very good. And the next day I went back to them, Bipin, love peaches, they're in season. Whenever I talk to somebody, they pretend to be frozen or they are actually frozen, I don't know. Okay, Utkarsh, do you love peaches?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But
So I went to love peaches, they look lovely, and I actually picked up peaches and I went them and I rushed back the next day. I said, what peaches have you given me? They are full of worms. Because साहब ये तो आपका लक है. कल अंदर से सोना भी निकल सकता था. I said, really? Okay, give me another kilo. And that is how people are. That they are really, you cannot make out only from what you see. There are things you can see, there are things you can't see. And that is where, can you read this out for me? Arun, can you read this for me, please?
Like icebergs, people normally expose only a small part of themselves and generally just the part they wish to show.
What do you gather from this?
So when people want to show what they really want to show.
And want to hide what they don't want to show.
Yeah, absolutely.
But people are not so smart. They are pretty smart. Like they said, what you see on their face and what you say behind their back may be totally different. Going back to the earlier story. So that brings us to a story about all this branding on social media. Yes, Utkarsh, are you active on social media?
yes, of course, sir.
And you think brands are made on social media?
Yes, visibility does, but quality not.
Okay. Yes, Amit, what do you have to say?
Yes, I would definitely say that because in today's age, everybody is there on social media. So
And
if
everybody is painting
yes,
the town red,
yes, correct. So that is why if someone says some positive or negative
blowing
things
their
on
own
social media,
trumpet.
yes,
Blowing their own trumpet.
yes, correct.
I went for a walk today. I spoke to my wife today. So different. I got a certificate today, I got this today, I got that today, because there's nobody to ask them, is it worth publishing? And they are completely painting the town red. And and some people just hum, and the whole world knows who they are. And some people keep hammering day in and day out. People still ignore them. Do you rather do something meaningful? You do something low. Can you read this for me, Deepak? There's nothing to read.
Nothing to read.
Okay, now it is.
A wallet without money is just leather.
You agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Would you like such wallets?
No.
Okay. So your brand is like a wallet. You may be very excited about the wallet, but people are going to say what's inside it.
Hmm. Right.
So look at these 10 great people, CG. Do you know them? Or 12?
Some of them I know, some of them.
Any common thread?
No common friend, not yet.
All have Indian origins. If you see all of them, from Google to some of them, so many names. So are they being recognized for who they are? They brought so much fame to the country. They brought for who they look, or what they write on social media, or what they bring on the table. Yes, Bipin. Are they recognized internationally? They are representing leading organizations over the world for what they bring on the table or what they post on social media.
So it's all about what they bring to the table and how they lead the team and how they lead the organization, as well as how they conduct the business.
So the brand is not what you say. The brand is actually what you contribute. You know Virat not because he's Virat. You know because of his cricketing. You know this gentleman because of his life, what he writes. You know it's the writing that takes you to the writer. It is actually the singing that takes you to the singer. It is the inventions that take you to the scientist. Right, CG?
Right.
Or the other way around.
No, it's the way you
Or
say.
is it the contribution that makes you look who's behind it? Is it actually the people who are philanthropists and who have made it big that want you to see what is behind it? It is actually the people who have made a name by how they have created. It is the people who win silver medals in the Olympics. People only see the grind, they see the winning, they don't see the effort behind it. Like somebody asked, it's the action, but it is the determination, the grit, the practice, starting lessons at 5 in the morning and going on to win the Olympics. When you hear the music ringing in your ears, you love the music, but that is the brand. The brand is not the person, it is the music that creates the brand. And similarly, when you see the lyrics actually enchanting you, you want to know who's behind the lyrics. You actually see the books and you want to know who is the writer behind it. You see the movies and you want to see who's behind it. Everywhere the brand is about contribution. It is not about who they are. It's about what you bring on the table. I have chosen a variety of people, CG. Have I missed out anybody? Writers, singers, musicians, industrialists, authors.
You have.
It's the universal rule.
I have a question here.
Yeah,
Very rightly, we keep saying "Jo dikta hai, wohi bikta hai," but also there was a statement when Akshay Kumar
Yeah.
said this when Mission Mangal was being released. he was the only one who was visible on the screen, on the billboards. And he happened to say this statement, you know, जो बिकता है, नहीं, जो बिकता है वही दिखता है.
So
he says
he,
जो yeah.
you have taken it out of context. Like, for example, now this man on your screen is on the billboards. The Don को पकड़ना मुश्किल ही नहीं, नामुमकिन है with a line, but Corona ने उसको पकड़ा. So that's marketing.
That's absolutely marketing.
That's marketing. So even that is marketing. What he meant that eventually when even the public service has used his name because they want to actually use him. So that is a different context altogether. You have to become such a celebrity that people want to use you to promote themselves or to advertise. So we all love the phones. And we are saying, has it changed our lives, CG, the mobile phones?
Yes, it has.
And when we are enchanted by the product, we want to know who is the company behind it.
I would say it's the person behind it.
And after that, you want to see who is the person behind it. We are enchanted. Oh my God, what a character. Why is he so popular? Why is he? But they forget that it begins with what you contribute. Till PV Sindhu became a silver medalist, nobody knew about her. Then they went, oh, when she started, whom she coached under, what was her regime? So people say, make your story a success and people will go and dig out your story. Our current prime minister, nobody knew about him, but as soon as he became a prime minister, which school he went, who were his friends, who taught him, which school, which colleagues. So people love to look. In a journey for making brands, we are all looking to paint a different perception of what we are. But eventually, it all depends on the people. You cannot be a brand. You can only become a brand. Virat Kohli has been a cricketer since his under 19 days. He has taken so many years to become what he is today. Everybody sees the success. They don't see the struggle. And therefore they say, it is not the shoes you wear, but the steps you take that matter. If they had just relied on the shoes, they would have had a few people who would look up to them. But the steps they took eventually. So we are made up of different colors. We have a lot inside us. And we suggest you keep walking. And as a last,
Sunil, I want to ask George here.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, that means to make your brand, you have to advertise also. So that's to come up in a billboard. So for example, your case, how did BPN or CG arrange you? Were you known? Did you advertise anywhere that you are a inspirational speaker? So I want to ask you that without to make a brand, you require advertisement too.
You're fully right. So this is about visibility and awareness, which is not the same as the visible part of your branding.
Correct.
The visibility part, we talked about appearances, how you are. But now you're talking about seeing today's world. They're saying if you're not searchable, you don't exist. So today you have to be there. Secondly, CG has not looked me up on the net. CG, have you looked me up on the net?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So today you have two brands. One.
Don't go into that question deeply. I am asking whether to be a successful individual, do you require an advertisement also?
You need visibility.
For example, I will tell you, when I was small, I don't remember for what I went to buy a certain thing. But there are a person who said, "Mujhe Colgate do." So then that person saw down and he said, "Nee, Colgate nahi hai." He said, "Arey, itna Colgate rakhel hai, fir bhi aap bolte Colgate nahi hai." That means there was Binaka. I still remember, I'm talking 14, 15 years ago, when Binaka and Sibaka was there. So I feel that advertisement plays much more role.
Have you joined in late?
No, I was right from the beginning.
So we said that personal brands are completely different from product and service brands.
No, that's what I'm asking you. For personal brand also, do you require advertisement?
Absolutely. So you need to be visible.
Okay.
You need to make people aware about your services. You can't expect somebody to keep looking, hunting for you. People have plenty of options.
Correct. Correct. Okay. Got it.
Today, if I am, you are. So what do you do, George?
I work with DHL now.
So suppose today you are embarking on being a consultant or offering some services. You cannot sit quietly and expect people to know. You may have your circle who know and you may begin with. But if you want to grow as a brand, you want to grow your sphere of influence, you have to make people aware about what you do, what you are. But that is visibility and awareness. I would not call it advertising, though advertising is also required, because the best products which are launched, they have to be advertised for people to know that such an option exists.
Correct. Correct. Thank you.
People asked a very interesting question, CG, in the beginning. Can I be what I like or can I be what I don't like? So I say that, you better be who you are.
Right.
So can you read this for me, CG?
Don't be scared to present a real you to the world. Authenticity is at the heart of success. Absolutely.
Okay, great. So I'll close it here. And do we have time for questions, CG? I know you have been very polite to me. I've overshot my time, but you still not nice to me. Thank you.
So I guess we have addressed all the questions as we were proceeding. So that's absolutely fine.
Siji, I would like to address Siji.
So I request Vipin to take over with the vote of thanks. Sunil, can you stop share?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot, Sunil, for the insightful session on the brand building. Before I move to the next part of it, I would like to address one point, and Sunil, correct me if I'm wrong. But on the visibility, George, your question was, do we need to advertise? Now, in this forum itself, George, can you recall at least 2-3 names?
Yeah, I can recall. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than CG, me and Sunil, yeah.
I definitely I recall.
Right. Can you say at least 2-3 names who were there on this forum?
Ratan Negi was there. Then Hari Shetty was there. Then Pramila was there.
Right. So what was happening here? Because their visibility was more, right? They were completely, constantly coming visible, right? Aman was there, Deepak Thakur was there. So that's the visibility, and that's what I think Sunil is referring to, right? Creating your visibility.
Correct.
Right. Sorry. So Sunil, you can correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah, so you see today, this is also an opportunity to let people know who you are. Even if you have very diverse, disruptive thoughts. Like I personally started my branding journey with very disruptive views because I think everybody is only talking about external branding. So I thought, therefore I've given overemphasis, not that I don't believe in external branding. I said, eventually these things also matter. So therefore I have taken upon myself to explain this aspect, both in product services and in personal brand. And that's why you have to fight a lonely battle initially and slowly people come around.
Hi Sunil, Manoj here.
Yeah.
Sunil, Manoj here. What we talk about the branding, personal branding. What about negative branding? Like people used to say, "Naam ho, gumnaam ho, par badnaam na ho."
Yeah, so you have very good cases like Vijay Mallya and Nirav Modi, who were the toast of the town, and now they are burnt toast. So brands are, I have not covered today, brands are not static, they're dynamic. You cannot have one personal brand throughout your life. Lance Armstrong was the toast, he was a winner, and then he was found guilty and he was stripped of his title. You may start with a very great journey and then somewhere you may lose your mojo or you may lose your track. So you cannot say, remember me for those good things. So brands are always dynamic.
Okay, so good. Thanks for Sunil for all the insightful session. I think participants really enjoyed it. And thanks for everyone for coming over. Before we give our appreciation certification to Sunil, we will just like to talk about our next session. So next session is all about, next session is coming over. We are talking about productivity through a sensitivity lens. None other than done by Reena Khatri Tandon, and she's an alum for Harvard, and she's also she's a Global Women Economic Forum all chapter head for Maharashtra. She will be talking about conducive leader connecting with respects, how to develop that, how to be a conducive leader, increasing team productivity by overcoming biases and perceptions. How do we developing sensitivity for a greater efficiency, improve sales and delivery by increased inclusiveness in workplace and yielding relationship. I think this will be in today's world when we are talking about gender diversity and how to apply that to our day-to-day work life and professional life. I think this session will definitely help you further gain more insights on this. So look forward for all of you to come over for the next session, which is starting sharp at 9. And definitely with this, I would like Siji to present the certification, appreciation certificate to Sunil Agrawal. Siji, over to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sunil, for this lovely session. I am sure we all had a lot of value add, and there are many who told me to tell you that they have learned a subject which is so complex, so simply that you have put across. So thank you so very much for being
You
here
always
and
give me a
being on a
certificate
platform.
You always give me a certificate to leave, right?
Sir, we will
And
have
this is
class
a
for you, sir.
certificate.
We will have class today. Thank you.
Yeah, we will have a photo session now. We'll just follow by a photo session, definitely. Let's put on all of you, please put on your camera so that we can take the photos and we can take your screenshots. Everyone, please put on your cameras.
Okay, I want every one of you to please put on to your camera so that we can have a lovely little picture. So what you need to do is give in your virtual claps. This is your virtual claps, how you do ahead. So please do your virtual claps while we take a picture. Okay, there you go. 3, 2, 1. That's screen 1. Okay, I'm just going to the screen 2. Right. Just give me a moment. Let me just quickly paste it. Okay, screen 1. Give me a virtual clap, please. Thank you so much. Over to you, Bipin.
Please keep forwarding all your invites to your group members within your team so that we have more and more participation coming in, more and more people coming and learning during this breakfast cup of coffee learning sessions. That's what we will request you to support us to grow this network more and more. And with that, we would like to say thanks. Thank you and see you again on 1st August. Just to say everyone that this till August, we will be running till on every Saturday, and post August, in September, we will be doing every alternate Saturday, so that at least we have one Saturday free for us to do some other activity. If you have any queries, any doubts, anything that you want to know about Cup of Coffee Learning or Max Potential, please do write to us on connect@maxpotential.global. You have the email ID here below on the screen. Please do drop in a note. And by end of the day today, we will be sending you some article related to personal branding, which Sunil is going to personally send it to us, and we will mail it to all of you. Once again, thanks for joining in, and have a great and wonderful weekend ahead. Thank you. Stay safe, stay home, stay safe, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good day and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Siji.
Thanks for your wonderful comments, Chandramani. Thank you. Thanks, Ravindra. Hey, Amit, thank you very much. Thanks, Saurabh. Thank you, Shobha.
Thanks, Pepen. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Utkarsh. Thank you, Ratan. Thanks, Dheeraj. Few more people are yet to leave, huh? Okay, so except Ratna, probably.
I removed
Okay.
everyone.
Yeah, I also did the same thing. So they have kept it on mute and went around here and there, looks like. Okay.
Thank you, Sunil. It was a pleasure having you. So we had a different format today. So I guess was really nice.
Did it work for you?
Thank you.
Did it
Yeah,
work?
it's something different. So yours was a different style. So yeah, they would have really liked it because different ways of presentation, obviously, it's a variety. Thank you.
Thanks, Sunil. Again, really appreciate the time taken out. I think I would say definitely people really enjoyed it. That's what I could make out. The questions which were coming in from the participants, they were keen. And yeah, I mean, even if they used to drop out, they used to come back again immediately because that shows the interest which was coming in. And all the participants, barring 4 or 5, except their exigencies, most of them were there throughout the session. So that shows the interest and the excitement that you created in sharing your insights on the branding.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Right.
So you'll get your certificate on your email. We'll
Yeah,
give
thank
that
you.
to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right.
You
People
have
always
something
call
for
me
us?
twice, Vipin.
You have something for us? Sorry.
People always call me twice.
Yeah.
Okay, we will definitely call you,
No,
surely.
the first and the last time.
Oh, is it? Okay. No, not at all. We would love to have you again for the
So
second
as
session.
I said, no, we are planning to go twice in a month instead of 4 times in a month. So maybe the cycle would be a little more longer.
So what is your suggestion to me? Do you think this is better or one-way presentation is better?
No, interactive is always good. Interactive is always good. The only thing that I felt the hitch was that people were not too wanting to keep their videos on. I don't know. For the photographs, everyone kept their videos on.
So still that also, photograph also, see, in fact, still last time was the same thing, this time was the same thing. Photographs still people still are camera shy. They don't want to come on the camera. There are feel at least 30% of the people like that, right?
Okay. So काफी बार आप मेरे को ही ले रहे थे. So so being the co-host, I was thinking whether because I wouldn't form as a part of the group, right?
Yeah,
so I was feeling
I could only see about 10, 12 at a time.
right. I
Right.
know. I know what you're saying.
And
Okay. Anything that you feel that we could make it better, or how was it? How did you like the flow of things and
it
everything?
was very good. It's all fine. I would suggest that don't introduce one way is never name the speaker till you call him or her.
Okay, done.
Okay. Okay.
So our
Got it.
today's speaker is going to have something great for you, or don't reveal the name. Then
Done.
because after you introduce, it's like everything has gone now. It's like a repetition. Till that time, the name should be announced just before you hand over.
Point taken.
Okay, point taken.
So that's a communication style I am telling you. So it should be. So who have we today? Today we have somebody who this, somebody who has that, but don't reveal the name.
Okay.
So the name should only be while handing over.
Okay. Okay. So in the PPT which we showed before we handed over to you,
So
we
there
shared your
is a
photo
little
and your
crisper, like, my style of PPT. So Bipin, now you know my style now.
Right.
So
Right.
are you happy with it, or you?
Yeah, it's perfectly all right. I know every PPT has its context, context which is there, and I mean that was right. I mean giving the right message, so people are not looking at the and reading the screen, but they are listening to you, right? And they're listening and hearing to you, not just looking at the picture and reading it from there.
It was a deep sense of insecurity that made me revert to this system. I said, how will people listen to me if everything is on the screen?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Any tips as a co-coach, as a co-speaker?
I felt you did good. So I mean, yeah. So one thing I feel sometimes, maybe sometimes, not every time, the humor would be a little, sometimes not being able to, understood by the other person.
Okay. Little over the top.
Yeah, sometimes, a couple of times that I felt the person couldn't pick it up. So you had a nice little way of creating us laugh, and laugh. But there could be an element of confusion also sometimes for somebody. So that's about it. Otherwise, I feel it was perfect. My
So
understanding.
humor is also is not optional.
Yeah, it's important.
Because otherwise, sitting for an hour is not difficult. Because one of the reasons people drop out is because they look